What up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. So we're going to start this process by stressing the importance of prepping your hair, because realistically we want this style to last about a week, and that means that our hair needs to be completely conditioned, detangled, cleansed, and conditioned. So for this style, I'm using a white tooth comb, olive oil, bobby pins, and this Pro Style Clear Ice Ultra Hold Protein Styling Gel. So we're going to get to detangling our hair, and for this we want to make sure we're detangling from the ends all the way to the root. And if you notice, I'm holding my hair while I'm on the ends because I do not want to pull my hair from my scalp and stress my scalp out, because we love our scalps. We want our scalps to be nice and healthy. So we're moving on by sectioning our hair, and we're going to start by simply parting our hair straight down the middle, and we're going to work with one section at a time. So I'm braiding this side off. Now this part is really important for those of us who have long hair or very thick hair. We're going into the moisturizing process of our hair and our scalp, and we want to make sure we give every single inch of our head the same amount of love, moisture, and time. So for moisturizing my hair and my scalp, I'm using olive oil. Now you can use coconut oil or any type of concoction that you make up or you purchase from the store, but for me a simple oil is perfect because I do have very fine hair, and if your hair is fine like mine, a lot of things will weigh down your hair and make your hair seem thinner than it is. So oils are perfect. You can pack on as much as you want, and if you notice, I'm packing on quite a bit, especially on the ends, because my ends tend to get extremely dry. And when I'm done with a section, I'm going to put it in a huge Bantu knot, and I'm going to move on to the next section. So why am I putting the sections that I moisturize in a huge Bantu knot? Well, my hair is going to dry a bit. My hair is damp during this process, by the way, and it's drying a bit in the Bantu knot, and the Bantu knot stretches my hair out, so I don't have to work with a lot of shrinkage, so that's awesome. Now I'm going back to the first section I worked because it is the most prepared, and I'm going to start the Bantu knot process. So I'm going to do 3 knots in this section, and for my first section I'm going to take my clear ice gel and I'm going to smooth down my edges. I don't know about you guys, I'm not into the whole laid edges with the waves and all that. I just want my edges to look nice and flat and not be jumping off of my head. So I lay down my edges and then I proceed to put the protein styling gel on the entire section, and I'm only going to put a little bit, but I'm going to make sure I put a really good amount on the ends so my ends don't go crazy and just jump everywhere. But again, not too much on the entire section, because if you're just using gel, if you use too much, it will dry slowly, make your hair stiff, and make it very dry. So we're about to start the twisting process, and you want to twist in whatever direction feels most comfortable to you. And while you're twisting, you want to pull your hair straight but not too hard, so your twist will go nice and smooth. Now if you want a more kinkier look, you can do this more loosely, but if you want that nice coily look, pull it tight. When you get to the end, you want to wrap your finger around it so your end is nice and curled, and then you want to begin to wrap the twist around to form the Bantu knot. And as you're wrapping around, each loop should go under the next, so your Bantu knot should lift off of your head and your end should be secured underneath the Bantu knot. Now if your end is a bit too thick or you just can't get it directly underneath to where it's nice and secure. You want to take a bobby pin to secure your ends down. Luckily, I did not have to do that. So I'm going to show you guys this process a few more times just because I've watched so many Bantu Knot tutorials. I've had to rewatch some and search for others just because us bloggers, we like to fast forward through things, but I'm really going to take this nice and slow because you can get a perfect Bantu knot out on your first try. So again, I'm starting the twist, making sure I'm pulling my hair tightly as I'm twisting so it can go nice and smooth, and I'm going to twist down to the point where my hair starts to feel as if it's thinning out, and then I'm going to take my finger and swirl the ends. I stop there because I want my twist to stay nice and tight. When I did my first Bantu knot and I twisted all the way to the bottom, I had to redo the first knot because the twist just got way loose. And again, I'm wrapping the twist around and securing the ends underneath the Bantu knot. So going on to a third, I'm smoothing down my edges again because I don't want them to be super laid. I just want them to look nice. And I'm going to put a bit of the clear ice gel on the entire section, and I'm just going to load the ends. Now I can say that this ice was very drying to my hair, not too dry because I put a lot of the oil on my hair, but if I would have put just a tad less olive oil on my hair, it would have ended up extremely dry. So I do recommend using a styling pudding or some type of styling gel that is recommended for natural hair. Now, you can tell that I'm doing my twist very tightly. I don't have a sensitive scalp and this did not feel very tight to me, but if you do wrap your hair and at the end of the Bantu knot it does feel tight, don't worry, don't panic. Just simply twist the entire Bantu knot slightly in the opposite direction that you twisted it and it will loosen up for you. Now, if you want to wear your hair out in your Bantu knots for a night or maybe even a day, you want to make sure you get a nice sleek look, so going tighter is better. Again, just for this one, I'm going to show you the twisting process. I like to use both of my hands because I'll twist it and then my right arm will start feeling awkward, so I'll have to use my left arm and then keep switching from my right and my left. This is just the way that I like to do it, and it makes my twisting process much faster and my twist comes out very tight. I keep mixing up knot and twist, but I'm sure you guys get the gist. So I've twisted up all of my Bantu knots in the front, and at this point I just have the back to do. I can't see, so I'm not going to show you guys the entire process, but I did want to show at least a glimpse of what I did. It's the same exact process as the Bantu knots in the front, except I can't see. So this entire process took me, I'd say, about 45 minutes because there was quite a learning curve, and I have 12 Bantu knots total. I wore them out for the night and slept in the scarf, and then I woke up in the morning and I took them out before I went to work. To take them out, I put some olive oil on my hands and I'm twisting the knot in the opposite direction to loosen it up. And for most of them, that just took the knot out just by that one motion, but for a few of them I did have to, freestyle it and just let my hair guide me and take me where it thought I should go. The takeout process took me, I'd say, about 5 minutes. It was very quick. I thought it was going to take longer than it actually did. Now that I'm done, I'm just going through my entire head once more with some olive oil so my knots will come out nice and smooth. And now we're getting to the fun part, which is separating, and this took about 10 minutes for me because I just kept separating and fluffing until each section looked how I wanted it to look. I do have very fine hair again, so I like my twist outs and my Bantu knots or curls or any hairstyle like this. I like it to be very poofy at the roots because otherwise my hair will look really thin and flat. So throughout this process, again, I do have olive oil on my hands so the hairs will separate from each other without clinging. So now I'm moving on to styling. I'm going to start by lifting my roots so I can have a ton of body, and I'm going to do my everything, the same hairstyle I usually do, the 2-side twist, very retro, I'd say it's very sleek. So I'm going to secure my twist with about 3 bobby pins. And this time I am not twisting up the back because I do like the shape of the back. And I'm just going to go through and fluff out my hair and shape it. I had to have my boyfriend help me because, again, I couldn't see the back. And I'm done. Let me know if you guys have any comments or any questions. You can snap me, write your questions and comments down below, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.